Welcome to the lecture on value-based pricing and pricing strategies. Warren Buffett says, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." How does the company you work with or own develop pricing on products? Is it by cost plus markup or industry standard markup, supply and demand, or some other method? In traditional cost-based pricing, cost plus desired profit margin is calculated. Then each of the channels adds their own margin to finally arrive at the retail price offered to customers. Very little consideration is given to the perceived value of the product itself or the customer's willingness to pay for it. Additionally, little attention is given to the pressure of the competition offerings. In contrast, value pricing starts with the end in mind. In a way, the customer, the competition, and the company positioning are the initial considerations for developing pricing around the product's relative strengths. You could say the price is determined at the market and not at the factory. After applying the retailer and the wholesaler's corresponding margins and subtracting the cost of goods, the resulting profit of the manufacturer is higher. Let's look at some of the types of value pricing strategies. One strategy is the value in use pricing. It provides savings to the end customer after considering the total cost of ownership of the product. All customers are price sensitive in a way, but some are willing to pay extra for certain benefits. Often those benefits include reduced costs in other areas of product ownership. As seen in the figure, the price is only the tip of the iceberg. The other costs of ownership are beneath the surface. When considering the savings on acquisition, installation, usage, maintenance, repair, replacement of the product, the price then is just a small part of the total cost of ownership. Value in use pricing does not necessarily mean lower prices. A business can use the value pricing to offer attractive savings or economic value while maintaining a premium price. Take, for example, the cost of LED light bulbs. Customers might be willing to pay a premium price for the LEDs because that will save them energy and will last longer than conventional light bulbs. Similar to value in use pricing is the life cycle pricing, which sets the price with respect to the total cost of ownership. However, the life cycle pricing calculates this cost over the usage life of the product and then estimates the present value. Think of when this strategy might be used and the advantages. The perceived value pricing considers product, service, brand benefits, and the competition when setting a price. When using this strategy, businesses should ask themselves, how much of a price premium can the business obtain and still deliver a meaningful level of customer value? Performance-based pricing has the price set on the customer's preference for different levels of price and performance. In this example, fiber cement siding has a couple of price points regarding paint and finish. Paint can be either with or without, and finish is none, basic, or full. The question is, how much are they really willing to pay for which options? In order to develop meaningful product offerings, we need to determine how much consumers are willing to pay for each attribute as a trade-off. Customization pricing groups the price and the performance features to a specific value per level of performance. Then, customers can choose the performance configuration that fits their needs according to the price they're willing to pay. The iPad, for example, provides color choices at no additional cost, Prices change based on whether you choose Wi-Fi or cellular and the size of memory, 16, 32, 64 gigabytes. Each customer decides what level of performance they want and how much they're willing to pay for it. Let's look at some pricing strategies based on the product lifecycle. Skim pricing is implemented during the early stages of the product lifecycle and is a value-based pricing strategy. Often, businesses that use skim pricing have a proprietary product advantage, such as a patent, and that would allow them to maintain high prices until competitors can match their competitive advantage. As a product moves into the growth stage, businesses find ways to lower the costs to increase sales volume. Single segment pricing is a value-based pricing strategy that produces economic value while maintaining premium pricing. For example, your price would still be higher than the competitor, but customers' cost of ownership may be lower. Penetration pricing is a cost-based strategy that may be used during the market growth stage when sales volumes are rapidly increasing in response to the lower prices. Product differentiation is minimal, and customers are price sensitive. Additionally, there may be many competitors or product substitutions that now exist in the market, and competitor entry is easy. Consider the following questions. Will a volume leader gain at cost-based pricing and discourage competitor entry? Does a low-cost leader need to be the sales volume leader? Multi-segment pricing is a value-based strategy used when the business serves several market segments. A price-sensitive market would be attracted to a low price regardless of additional benefits or services, whereas customers in a quality-conscious segment would pay more for additional benefits. Reduce-focused pricing calls for increased prices to reduce sales volume and market share in exchange for higher margins. Price-sensitive customers are likely to leave at this point. The goal is to increase prices until the right combination of price and sales volume is achieved, which assures a certain profit margin. Price elasticity. The first question a marketing and sales team should ask before lowering or raising a price is how much volume do we need to maintain the current level of profitability? Not all changes in price have the same reaction to sales volume. Price elasticity is used to determine or measure the responsiveness of the changes in sales volume or demand to changes in the prices. The price elasticity can be calculated by dividing the changes in volume by the changes in price. These calculations will always yield a negative number. Price elasticity between 0 and -1 reflects an inelastic demand curve. Volume is mostly irresponsible to changes in price. An elasticity of -1 indicates an identical change in volume in response to a change in price. For example, if the price is reduced 10%, then the volume will increase 10%. Price elasticity lower than -1 reflects an elastic demand curve. Volume reacts strongly to small changes of price. If a business adds more products to its product line, it enhances sales growth, but also increases the risk of reducing existing product sales. It's necessary then to know both product demand elasticity and the degree to which a cross elasticity exists with other products. Too often, business owners focus myopically on the cost of doing business from the product point of view and not on the providing service or value to the customer. so they focus on the sale and not the relationship. In the health and wellness realm, the product may be more than just a product. It may be a healthy behavior change. When you want to set your business apart from your competition as a value-oriented business with value products and value pricing for valued customers, then you want to use a customer-oriented approach. Let's consider how much your customer really is worth to you from a marketing perspective. Your customers need to know the value of your services, but you also need to understand the real value of your customer. In the book Raving Fans by Ken Blanchard, he mentions some methods for improving the loyalty of your customers, such as delivering your vision plus 1%, striving to understand what the customer really wants. Let's use a nutrition coach as an example. Since she understands the value of her clients, she reaches out to the clients in between visits and sends reminder texts about upcoming appointments. She conducts group sessions at local health-related venues to share her philosophy. She also sends out digital newsletters with additional tips to improve the effects of the sessions as a form of marketing and is proactive on social media. These extra services and options are built into her marketing budget since she understands that keeping the patient is worth it in the long run. She has calculated the customer lifetime value for her patients and estimates that each patient is worth about $5,000 in lifetime purchases. She's then determined that spending an average of $500 to attract and keep each customer, along with the additional benefits that she provides, will create additional value for the customer that she desires. By understanding the real value costs and adding additional benefits to her customers, as well as targeting her marketing in a very specific manner, the nutrition coach gives her clients the best experience for their money. Think about who in your organization calculates the real value of your clients. Is that calculation combined with the cost of the right marketing strategy at the right time, in the right way, so your clients will continue buying for a much longer time? This allows sharp business leaders to implement marketing strategies with the right value pricing strategies because they know their customers and they understand real customer value.